welcome to episode 10 of Tonsil Hockey, the podcast about Heated Rivalry. I'm Catherine Bohart.
And меня зовут Olga Koch.
And this is part 2 of part 3 of the book. We're not sorry. I will not be sorry. We're not sorry. We tried to cover part 3 of the book in one episode. It was foolish. It was
We did
silly.
try.
Liar told us we could do that, but we couldn't. So here we are. Need to talk to you about several things in the universe this week.
All right.
Because I've learned so many things. 2 things to observe. The first is the internet has alerted me to that which I had not noticed in the television show.
Please.
Which is that, you know, when they first meet, of course you do. Shane Hollander. Yeah, his first line, wonderful. And Ilia Rozanov.
Yeah.
We know the first lines of the show. Basically, the internet has informed me that if you watch it, when Ilia shakes his hand the first time, he's like confused. He's like, why is this guy talking to me and being so nice, and why is he shaking my hand? There's a second handshake in this within like 3 minutes from Shane, where Ilia, if you watch his face, Connor's story does this so well. Ilia realizes that which Shane doesn't, which is that when he goes to shake his hand the second time, he's like, oh, we're flirting. Oh, you don't know you're gay, but we're gay. Why are you trying to
Wait, they shook their hands twice?
Twice. Because Shane tries to shake his hand when he leaves as well. He goes to shake his hand when he leaves. And the way Connor encapsulates the like confusion of the first handshake, and then they're like, oh, okay. Oh, we're going to fuck in the second is phenomenal.
Oh my
It's phenomenal.
gosh.
And that is my gift to you. There's your
That's a
homework.
blowjob. 2 handshakes is a blowjob.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
fully. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So intimate. We should have known they'd fucked at that point.
Oh
So yeah,
my
just
God.
something for the rewatch. The second thing in the sports universe that I've been alerted to by virtue, I think, of my interest in this show is, as you know, I found out recently there's a Winter Olympics. And a Norwegian man, did you see this? Won his he's a biathlete, which by the way.
Oh, the bronze thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, by the way, first of all, the fact that a biathlete is not what we think it is
No,
so
every
funny.
athlete's bi, so.
Yeah, I was like, okay, the biathlete, sure, yeah, Ilia. And, he wins gold for Norway, and then is like, this has been the worst week of my life. 3 months ago, I cheated on.
Yeah,
the love
he
of
got
my
bronze.
life.
That's what it is.
He got bronze.
He got bronze. No, he fucking sucks, okay? But continue.
Oh, no, we have to talk about
Don't
him.
rewrite history by giving him gold. It was
so
bronze.
sorry. He said he has a gold medal in life. I didn't quite fully follow the story. But okay, basically, if you haven't seen this story, this guy gets the bronze medal, and then it basically transpires that he says, like, 6 months ago, I met the love of my life. He says this in a press interview, by the way. He's obviously trying to win her back.
God, this
6
makes
months
me
ago,
want to kill myself.
I met the love of my life. 3 months ago, I made the hugest mistake of my life, and I cheated on her. A week ago, I told her. So he waited 2 months, 3 weeks, the week before he competes at the Winter Olympics to tell her. What does he think that if he tells her a week before she can't leave him because he's a special Olympian?
I can't.
And then, the thing I hated most about it is that I would 100% get back with him if he did that.
Are you serious?
I would be like,
Catherine Bohart, are you
if you
serious?
shamed yourself for me in public, if you admitted that you were the worst bad boy in the world for me in public, I'd be like, fine.
Catherine Bohart, you're a delusional idiot.
Thankfully,
I love you.
she is smarter than me and was like, get fucked.
First of all, I love you. Second of all, cheating 3 months into a 6 months relationship, insane.
I think that's way more acceptable than like 3 years in.
Okay, fair. That's a different discussion, different podcast.
Yeah.
But I will say there's 2
You're dead
things
right.
here. First of all, I think obviously being cheated on, not great.
Yeah.
But I think a huge part, especially if someone is in the public eye, a huge part of it is the humiliation that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's not that she has to privately go through that. It's the more public it is, the more humiliating it is, the more like where she goes to the supermarket or talks to her mom or talks to anyone who knows him, everybody knows about this.
But I feel like he was taking on that humiliation for her.
No, absolutely not, because then she has to be the one who took him back. So it's like the more people know, the more humiliating it is.
I know. I'm just saying I would totally fall for it.
Oh my
I'd be
God,
like,
you're such an idiot. I love you so much. But honestly, Catherine, you know what's really disappointing here is that you take a bronze medalist back.
Actually, do you know what? I did think it was gold when I said I thought it would.
Exactly.
No, to be fair, I thought it was gold.
Can you fucking imagine?
Now that I know it's bronze, you're right. It is. It's harder to get on board with.
If he's on top of that pedestal, maybe, but absolutely not.
No, you're dead right. You're dead. In fact, the smart thing to do would be she should fuck whoever got gold.
Yes. Yes.
Something to think about. So those are my observations from this week. Would you like to talk about the mailbag? Because it's been feral.
I'll throw you a little observation.
Please.
Did you know, I think it's in episode 2 that Shane's hockey stick says Una on it.
Oh my God. I've seen this all over like online, but I'm like, I obviously hate it. But when I saw it, I thought, Olga's going to love it.
For listeners online, Catherine forced me to bring up that fact because she said it's not on brand for her to notice something like that. That was all a lie and you were lied to. Fake news. Lamestream media.
Not fake news. It was a Una move. I was giving you something that was useful to you to help the podcast, and you've ruined it. You've ruined it after all I've done. God damn it, David would be so disappointed. Should we talk about the mailbag?
Let's do the mailbag.
We have had this from Faye.
Oh my God, there's photos.
There are photos. This is incredible. Faye says, I think Faye has sent this possibly into the Patreon, but said, so like you, I've started reading the book this week, devouring it. A couple things I've noticed. One, definitely glad I'm reading post-watch. Having the visuals and Russian accent helps. Yes, hard agree. 2, Catherine was right. My favourite sentence. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for listening.
That's what, the way that we found this email was by Catherine searching the phrase Catherine was right.
Catherine was right. This is a comedy. Yes. I had to highlight and share my favourite line so far as it made me genuinely cackle. I also love this line, Faye. Faye has highlighted this. So instead he threw his head back against the wall like the eager slut he apparently was. He felt Rosanov chuckle against his throat, and then she's highlighted and felt himself being pulled away from the wall and carried to the bed like a fucking child. Yeah, it's good stuff, Faye. That's good. And in the Patreon group chat,
I love thinking of children when I'm having sex. No, come on, guys.
But it's so funny to be like, you're a huge athlete and someone just picks you up like it's nothing. Oh my God, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And in the Patreon group chat, Dear Nirun has said,
I'm so glad you read that.
Well, I don't know if it's Dear Nirian or Dear Nirian, but I would have said Ni, so I'm going to assume that's anyway. Point is, Deeran posted their nails in the chat. Aww. One of which says, will you come to the cottage with me this summer? And the other says, I'm coming to the cottage. Oh. Sorry. Deeran, did you get these done at Tropical Popical? Did you have them done? Did you do them yourself? What's happening? Those are incredible.
To be fingered with these fingers.
Can you imagine? Little long for me, but sure. Mags said, Mags with a Z, love you, Mags. Did anyone else have to skip over the descriptions of the characters so as to keep the visual in your head the way they look in the show?
You're so right.
Yes. I found it hard to picture Ilia 4 inches taller than Shane, and I'm so glad they did not prioritize the physicality of the characters.
Yeah, they switched the 4 inches to another length.
So. And Lizzie agrees and said, I did not vibe with Scott Hunter being blonde. Agreed. And then a person called Lexi has made a Canada Olympic
She made it!
Just in time for the Winter Olympics. And Kate G and Blue are waiting on a few parts, maple leaf patches, and they're also making Canada fleeces. Why am I not surprised that we have crafters in the chat? Welcome. You're safe here.
And remember, the only thing that can't be handmade is condoms.
Well, unless you want the fault. Now then. Oh God, I actually was about to say one of the creepiest thoughts I've ever had.
Wait, what is it? What?
It's actually unacceptable.
No, tell me.
I'm crazy. This is how I know I'm insane.
Tell me.
This week I thought, just because
I'm pregnant. Are you?
No, not I'm pregnant. It's so much sadder than that.
She's researching the science behind it.
No, actually worse than that. It was like, Connor Story would actually be an amazing sperm donor for my girlfriend and I, because he's so curly.
Oh my God.
But then I thought, he doesn't know you. Get a fucking grip.
I think that's a great idea.
No, I think it's a psychotic idea.
No, I like this.
You think I should write to his P.O. box?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just wondering, nice to meet you. No. Anyway.
I have never felt more passionate about anything in my life. I'm gonna get you that cum, girl.
For Christmas?
Oh my God, can you imagine if
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Okay, listen,
right?
A Christmas film. We're best friends. You want to
splash?
Yes. You want the Christmas. We're best friends. That's it. No, it's you want sperm, and it's a road trip movie where I'm trying to get you Connor Story's sperm.
Come on, guys. Crave. Fund it. Let's make a documentary, baby. Get it?
It's all about the sperm you get along the way.
Okay. We're fine. We're normal women.
People say this is his favorite glory.
No, but is it a shake made by Kip or no, we must focus.
Okay, we're talking about the book.
We're talking about the book, and we are literary critics. We're thrilled to be here. We are in part 2 of part 3 of the book. We are on chapter 17. It's now March. They have a Montreal and Boston head-to-head. Shane's secret goal, it turns out, is to have 7 Stanley Cups, just a casual aim. And my favourite thing that you find out in the book that you don't, well, you're not going to like this, it's hockey. I'm sorry, it's hockey. It's hockey. I'll make it quick. In the book, it is made clear that generally their pattern is that they will talk and hook up for the season until March, at which point it's game faces on. They're both trying to win the league. It's playoffs. They do not get in touch. That's like an unspoken rule that they have with each other, which I really respect. I love it so much. It makes a lot of sense to me. The thing is, in this particular case, Ilia invites Shane over before their head-to-head on the day of a game in March. Are you mad? And Shane's like, what the hell? We don't do this whilst grabbing his stuff, obviously. And Ilia says it'll be worth it. So Shane obviously goes. They only have an hour. And Shane, in the most Shane way, is like, seems like something's wrong with Ilia.
Yeah.
We'll fuck him, then I'll ask him. Logs must remember to ask him. Definitely going to ask him.
Yeah.
Shane came quickly, and this happens a lot in the book. Ilia swallowed with a hum. He's always humming while he comes in. Have you noticed this in the book?
Yeah, always harmonizing.
I actually hate to think of that. Gorgeous.
Meet me there. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, wow. Oh, imagine they turn into secret musical theatre gays.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that. Shane buying a local theatre. Ilia getting the faces of his favourite stars on his car. It would be lovely. But Ilia is again on the cusp of saying something he shouldn't. This becomes a running theme in the book, that there is huge feeling, and they're both, unlike in the TV show where we kind of go like, whoa, he said he loves you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Build
teasing us from Rachel Reid. She's like, there's something unspoken in the air. He swallows it down. And it's, not even the thing you think. And then Shane did want to swallow this time. Unusual, we're told by Rachel Reid. And then Shane remembers, having done so, that he's supposed to ask Ilia a question. Is like, hey, are you okay? And Ilia's
Comes
like,
still splashing around his mouth.
Jesus.
Are you okay?
And Ilia's like, I'm fine. my father is dying, but Pauline is the problem. Pauline is the problem because she wants money. Now, but at this point, Shane makes the silly mistake of telling Ilia, okay, well, just sorry in advance because we're going to kick your ass. At which point Ilia is like, well, okay, we're going to win. And Boston do. They win by 2 goals. I know you don't care about the hockey, but that is important because even post losing, which Shane hates to do, he expects to see Ilia, even having seen him already in that day. So cute. And Ilia also thought they were going to hook up, but of course he gets a phone call that his father has died. He has to go to Russia, and Shane's surprised he didn't get in touch and waits up till midnight, my favourite line in the book, and then realises it's way too late at night for anything to happen. Midnight, baby boy! We couldn't possibly have sex now. Something must be happening.
What time were they at that nightclub? 9 p.m.? I will also say that a big change here, obviously in the beginning of the chapter, we've established that they're texting and they're not just texting about sex.
Yeah.
Huge. We love that. But also something that
it's happening.
I'd like to highlight is that Shane said suddenly he no longer worried about looking too eager. So they sort of, after what happened in Ilia's hotel room, after he told Shane about his mom,
Sorry.
after they shared that.
Are we supposed to believe up to this point that's how Shane behaves when he's worried about looking too eager? What does he do now? Just get Ilia's name tattooed on his forehead?
Buys building, not to look too eager. There's actually a small business downstairs. It's actually a coincidence.
Wow, I can't wait to see him look eager. That's so funny.
And
crawls to hotel. But no, he's right. Midnight would be a crazy time to have sex. So it's chapter 19, and it's suddenly moving at a pace that is interesting. We've had months and months apart, weeks apart, in every time we've come to these boys. At the moment, Rachel Reid is really giving us blow by blow, day by day.
Blow by blow, indeed.
Indeed. It's chapter 19 and it's the next day in Detroit. And people are speaking in French, which in the book, it's important to note, Shane can do. I love Hudson. He can't speak French.
Don't
I
listen
love
to
Hudson.
her.
It's crazy that he learned 26 pages of Russian dialogue. And sorry, Hudson couldn't nail 3 lines in French. I love him. I love him so much. He's a perfect baby angel boy. But wow, we got to work on that. He's meant to be fluent in French. It's fine. It's the easier language to learn, but that's fine. He's so sweet and so cute, and it's fine. But yeah, he's speaking French in this scenario to JJ about what's going on with Rosanov and where he is. And maybe he's sick, and obviously Shane's running every scenario, and he texts him, now that he can look eager. Are you okay?
And then he calls him for the first time ever. He calls.
And this is different to the show, again, because the first time he calls him, there's no voice note or voicemail, which, I mean, fair play to Jacob. We wanted to hear, this is Ilia, I'll never listen to your voice note, or whatever it is as he says. What does he say? And then in this case, he does answer immediately. And he says, I'm home. And Shane says, in Boston? And he's like, Moscow. And I do think Shane's stupider in the book. I love him so much, but he is sometimes a little dense.
And slutty.
And slutty. And he says...
Not me slut-shaming Shane.
No, but no, indeed. And also in this case, the first call in the TV show, we see these glasses, but we don't get them yet in the book. 2 days later, we're still moving at pace.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, he doesn't expect to hear anything from Ilia. And he calls him. He calls him and he says that Ilia is... or that Pauline is behaving badly because she's scared, and that maybe he's upset about the wrong thing, and that it's clear to Shane that he has no one else to talk to. He thinks the fact that he's calling him, as opposed to like he might be incredibly important to him. And then we get the Russian monologue, but unlike in the TV show, we don't get the monologue in the book.
No, we don't. And
that was all Jacob Tierney. Fair fox.
Incredible. Jacob Tierney's Russian. Incredible. That being said, we later, in retrospect, get that Ilia did say that he's in love with Shane, but not in real time.
Exactly.
Which I thought was very interesting.
What we get in real time is that Shane describes what it's like to listen to the person you are attracted to speak in their mother tongue, and how interesting it is to hear this man who usually like deflects with jokes, presumably because it's more efficient language-wise, than the person who's like quick and confident and fluid and speaking like endlessly like a dam is broke. Because he's in his own language, and he says it's very sexy, which it does sound very sexy. Speaking of Russians, because I think the next thing that happens in this show is so Russian in its concern in Ilia's mind.
I'm listening.
His first thought, I could be wrong, but his first thought post the call, his panicked thought is, what if Shane records the call and put it through a translation machine?
I thought that was the most relatable thing ever. And it's like, I guess we're all constantly terrified of being spied on.
Yeah, I was just like, that is just not a concern that would... like,
what if this is tapped? Yeah.
Yeah, my concern would maybe that he learned the word I love you, because that's what I would learn. But his was that it was being recorded. And I thought, wow, this boy really is Russian. Fine, I
The thing
believe
is,
it.
that is something that I would 100% do. The amount of sleuthing that I do on the internet, like recording someone speak and then putting it through Google Translate, that's child's play.
You're like Roy counting the situation. That's crazy. Well, next day in Montreal, and Shane knows it's his dad's funeral, and he texts him, and Ilia's a little bit drunk and says, can I call you? Oh no, Shane says, can I call you? Because he didn't like the idea of Ilia being alone right now. As I read that, I was like, Olga's gonna fucking cream.
Oh yeah.
And Ilia says the sweetest words, which is, I'm not alone, you are here. And Shane's heart melted. And he wanted to, the most nerdy way of describing this, wanted to warp to Moscow. I was like, Rachel's definitely watching some Star Trek and some Star Wars, and I get it. Ilia wants Shane to... Star Trek is warping, right? Well, anyway. Scott Hunter. Scott
All
G.
of us have had sex before. How dare you ask us a question like that? That was rude.
You guys.
That was rude.
Guys. Ilia wants Shane to tell him about his home because he won't let him see it, right? He wants him to describe
what does it look like? I try to imagine it.
I know, and he says, what's your favorite thing about your home? And Shane Hollander says it's close to the practice rink.
Shane frickin' Hollander.
Also, Shane made a donation to the Alzheimer's Society in honor of Ilia's
Okay.
dad.
I have this highlighted. He donated to Alzheimer's Society of Canada. Nice touch, but how the fuck is that gonna help his Russian dad? Thanks, Shane. Cool.
His dad is dead, to be fair.
Yeah. And you think a donation to a Canadian charity is going to bring him back? Grow up, Catherine.
Well, Ilia does, because Ilia says it might be hereditary, so actually it might help him in the long run. So
when they get married and he gets a Canadian passport.
Then they talk about their approaches to hockey, which I find fascinating, but I know you'll find boring. Essentially, that they both
literally don't even remember that conversation. I'm like, no, it didn't.
What? No, Shane talks about how much he loves hockey, and they both talk about how much they can't believe what they get paid to do this thing they love. But for Shane, it is his passion, and for Ilia, it's a way out of Russia. And he says he doesn't want to come back here. And then he says, fucking, this is how it goes in the book, but it doesn't go like this in the TV show. This is so brutal from Ilia on the phone. On the phone, he says, apropos of so little, we should get married.
Oh my fucking God. That is evil. That is demonic. That is, oh God.
Long pause.
Devil incarnate.
And then says, not to each other, but like I could get married to Svetlana. She'd do it like a business deal. We're friends. Shane has like stopped breathing in this scenario and is like, but you don't love her. And why her? You know, you could come to the cottage, which is all happens in this phone call. It doesn't happen in the hotel or the hospital bed in the book. But Shane, bless him, it's like, yeah, no, I knew you didn't mean to each other. I knew you didn't mean to each other. And it's so cruel of Ilia. But I also respect the hell out of him getting his power back, baby. Yes. Let's get this dynamic back on track. It's been weird. Rose is gone. Let's get it back. So
it's demonic. That being said, when I read that, I was like, that is so something I would do. That is so something I would do. Oh my God. The thing is, it's just Hall of Fame. Because you could say shit to people and then you have plausible deniability. Oh God.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to each other.
Oh.
Sorry, did we break up? Did you miss the call? What's going on?
One of my favorite
Such a
thing
dick
is
move.
I've never felt this way before. And then if they use it against you, you're like, yeah, I've never felt this, I guess, casually attracted to someone. What do you mean? What did you think I meant? Oh, I love this. Oh, not you. Did you think I love you? Because I love this.
It's so good.
I love this. I love your cock.
Yeah.
I love the way you make me feel.
You're actually doing an impression of them in the next few chapters. So then he says, I'll think about the cottage. And it occurred to Shane at that moment that they'd had a chat that wasn't about sex or hockey. And his mouth was dry and his heart was racing like he'd been on a run. Had he actually invited him to the cottage, he was worried that if he actually came to the cottage, Ilia, that Shane would end up blurting something out. We are supposed to, I assume, believe that he loved him.
Well, he's going to come in the cottage and he's going to blurt out some cum.
Then Shane says the most, at this point I dry. I'm so in it. And then she writes, he'd take that call over most of their sexual experiences?
I wouldn't.
Yuck! Oh, I thought you'd love that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, behave yourself, Shane Hollander.
I think you missed something. Page 228.
Go on.
You're Shane. When they talk about Svetlana.
You don't love her then?
Not her!
No, not her!
Not her! Not her! You slut! Not her! Come on!
Yes, Ilia says
Tease
no.
of the
not
century,
her.
not her.
And Shane doesn't even... I'd be like, who?
Who then?
I'd be like, warp speed at that. And he was just like, do you want to go on it? So
not
hot.
her.
We move along again at pace. Next day in Moscow, wouldn't be back for ages. All his obligation, it says, died with his father. He gives his condo to his brother, which I detest. And he messages Shane and is like, are you home? And this is my favorite. They're going to Skype. Throwback. And he takes off his shirt so Shane would know it's sexy. He's like, this dumb fuck's never going to guess. So I'm going to take off my shirt. And this is where we get the glasses chat. And Ilia cannot stop smiling because he loves the glasses. And Shane says, the hottest sentence anyone's ever said, Nat, says, were you thinking we could do stuff?
Oh God.
And Ilia's like, for fuck's sake. Right, well, let's just show me your house. Show me your house to change the topic.
Do stuff.
And it's as boring as he was expecting. It could literally be a hotel room, which feels exactly right for Shane.
Yeah, Airbnb vibes.
It's giving Airbnb. And they reminisce on Las Vegas and Shane showing off for him, right? And they talk about which of them likes praise most, which is very funny.
I think page 233 is like the most interesting analysis of their sub-dom dynamic.
Go on.
Which is, do you want to read it? Oh yeah, so it's like, I'll be Ilia.
That makes sense. Okay.
They're talking about the NHL awards that night in Vegas, exactly.
Yeah, I do. I think about that night a lot.
Do you?
You? It was memorable.
It was. You put on a show for me.
I can't believe you talked me into doing that.
I think you like to be told what to do, Hollander.
Maybe. A little.
Yeah, and you're a little show-off.
You are. You love praise.
No, that's me.
Oh, sorry.
I am not! You are. You love praise. I love how you're like...
I can't read Anna.
You can't be a sub even in this.
No, I can't. I'm just like, bleh. No, but it's true. I think it's a really good analysis of like...
That's like a distillation, a microcosm of their dynamic, right?
Yeah. And Shane enjoys humiliation to a degree. Which I know when I look at you, you always look at me like, that's not true, it's not possible, but it is possible.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You just don't like it. And so, yeah, they have this kind of conversation about that time. And Ilia says he likes beating Shane. They're back to hockey because he's the best. And Shane's like, what about Scott Hunter? And Ilia says, Scott is 100 years old. At which point we find out from Shane, he's like, he's 3 years older than us.
Oh my God, they're so close.
He's 3
I
years
had
older
assumed
than
he was
us.
like 40.
He's 3 years older than us and he's on fire this season. And it's like, wow. But Ilia finds Shane's obedience incredibly attractive is what we're told here.
Yeah.
Because he gets on his knees straight away and they're looking at each other's dicks to begin with. Now.
And then.
Wait. Please, before you get to your gross little romantic bit, can we just talk about the funniest picture? And this is again where I'm like, Rachel Reed writes for television. She says, Shane popped his head into frame. Popped his head into frame. Can you imagine? Just like folding and then be like, what's up now? What do we do now? Oh my God, baby boy, sweet angel. Sweet angel. But yeah, then
Hello, Governor.
You're right. At which point, go on, tell your horrible little line.
Oh, I wasn't gonna, but okay. He stroked himself, sliding his thumb over his slit. Ilia knew it must be wet. Shane always leaked like a fountain. Come on.
It's actually not the line I thought you were going to say.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we have a gay man in the room. Can I ask, Reese? Sorry, the first time you've been addressed. I'm so sorry.
Ask him.
Reese, okay. Why am I asking Reese? I've dealt with penises before.
Ask Reese.
How common is it for pre-cum to leak like a fountain?
It's not common, but it's not rare, I would say.
It's
I
not
would
common,
say-
but it's not rare, he's saying.
So like a
Some people
continuous...
pre-cum a lot.
Some people pre-cum a lot. Is it probably, it sounds like it's comparable to squirting in terms of
Right.
in terms of frequency.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's also pee.
No. Come on. Grow up. Okay, thank you.
The longer the sort of
Foreplay.
the fourth, that's it. I think the longer.
Oh my God, not a man not knowing what foreplay is. What's that thing?
Reese is saying, because he's off mic, Reese is saying the longer the foreplay, but he did forget what foreplay was. But the longer the foreplay is, the more likely you are?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
thank
if there's like,
you.
if there's stuff like going on above clothes,
And if there's stuff going on above
then
clothes,
I feel like that
friction's
kind
going to lead to more pre-cum.
Yeah.
Thank you, Reese.
I think it kind of happens when you're like hard,
It happens
Yeah.
when you're hard.
and then the
Wow.
longer you're hard for them.
But I don't think everybody pre-comes.
No.
Not everybody pre-comes.
So I don't think this is completely
Okay, so
unaware of the
actually, defense of Rachel Reed, it's not outside the realms of possibility.
Okay, yeah, really.
Good
Maybe
for
she's
her,
maybe
girl.
like opening eyes to our biological reality. Everybody's
Well, maybe
beautiful.
she's just doing.
Um,
Maybe she's just sleeping with straight men. Maybe it doesn't happen when you're with the men because
I only fuck buys.
they're gay.
Sorry, boys. Yeah, sorry. You lost me at hard. Sorry, what happened?
She said she likes soft boys. She meant it. We simply must get back to this book. And this is
Okay.
presumably your favourite bit, which is that Ilia and Shane basically decide they don't want to look at each other's dicks, but they want to look at each other's.
I think I'd rather see your
Face.
face.
Who says it? Which one says it?
It's Shane, isn't it?
Of course it is. It has to be.
Obviously.
Come on.
I think I'd rather see your face.
Disgusting.
I think I'd rather see your face.
Absolutely horrendous.
And then that opens the fucking can of worms of them confessing to each other the craziest shit.
Yeah. Shane
Um,
says he hates his freckles and Ilia says he loves them, that they are stunning. And then he says, take my breath. From the first time I met you. And then Shane realizes he liked his freckles from the moment he met him. And then Shane tries to be reciprocal and says, you are very attractive, Ilia.
Yup.
And Ilia's like, I want details.
Okay, Catherine, I have an actual question for you.
Mm.
So I'm writing my own vows. I'm calling them wows for my wedding this summer. I don't think Ewan has read this book. What if I bar?
Do it.
He
Do it.
won't
do
know.
it. Do it.
He
And
won't
you
know.
finish with,
Take my breath.
you're not eating. Take my breath. Take my breath.
Take my breath.
You love him so much you forget English. Yeah. You start by serving him food, then you begin your wows. At the end, you say you're not eating.
Do you take me to be your lawfully wedded feeder?
Yes. And he basically then has to go into detail about why he finds Ilia attractive, and he talks about his crooked smile haunting him, and Ilia's like ghost. And then he says, I love your eyes. They've really gotten into that stage where they keep saying things they love about each other.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
your
yeah.
eyes. I love your smile. And Shane asks Ilia if he thinks about him when he wanks, and says that he always thinks about Ilia.
Every time.
And that's when
crazy.
this is my favorite bit. Okay, this is a really fun chat. So we're in the book, and we don't get this in the TV show at all.
And thank God we don't, because Shane's a virgin.
None
in the
of
TV
us would
show.
buy it. Not a single
Nope,
person
Shane's
would
a
buy
virgin.
it.
Shane's not gay. His sexuality is Ilia Rosenow.
Yeah, and now so is all of ours. But we get it. So Shane asks him if he ever thinks about him when he wanks, and says that he always thinks about Ilia, and Ilia's like, have you ever been with another man? And then holds his breath while he waits for Shane to answer. And Shane says implausibly, yes. Ilia is furious, which I really relate to, which is so irrational but so fair. And
But
he's
also-
like, who is it? Is it another player? He's immediately like trying to find this man's address.
Who's into humiliation, really? A guy jerking off on Skype saying, tell me other people you fucked? Come on. Who's actually into
That's
humiliation
not about
here?
humiliation. That's 100% about possession. He wants the answer to be, nope, all yours, I'm all yours.
Yeah.
And instead,
But then he gets excited when he's like, oh, you want another top? You want a big
he
top?
doesn't get excited. He has to make it sexy in order to. He needs the information, and the only
Interesting.
way he thinks he can get it out of Shane is to make it sexy.
God, I've never seen you identify with anyone.
Absolutely not. No. Yeah. Then Shane says he was in Mexico a few years ago, and he saw this guy, and he was big and looked like what I was looking for. At which point, Ilia's like, psycho. He's like, did he hurt you? It's like, whoa. He's like, was he a top? Did he hurt you? And he's like, no. And then he's like, is he the only one? And he's like, no, he wasn't. And he's like, what? But it turns out that he also gave a blowjob to a guy in LA, which means that then Ilia gets to say, okay, Mexico top, Hollywood blowjob guy, and me, and a bunch of disappointed women, says Shane. And he says, a bunch? It's two. It's two. And then to bring all this gorgeous flirting to a crescendo, they race to see. Is it they race to see who'll come first, or they try to see who won't come first?
First, it's to come first, and then they flip it.
Right.
And it's just boys. It's just
good boy
It's just
stuff.
boys. That's what I imagine they're doing in the changing rooms anyway.
Yeah, you might as
I'll
well.
race ya! And then you do each other.
Oh, that's gorgeous. And then they discussed how they jerked
Last
off.
one to come gets a
Hashtag
bouquet of
girl.
roses.
And then they discussed how they both jerked off after their first gym flirt,
That's crazy.
which I find so sexy.
Waterboard can get that information.
I
out of
find
me.
that so sexy. Yeah,
mm.
I really wish we'd seen that in the original. And then Ilia won because Shane always comes first. And then he says, I'm so fucking in love in Russian, which again, we don't get any of this in the TV show. Worth reading for the book for this scene, I genuinely think. Shane tells him his accent doesn't even sound ridiculous, which we didn't know Ilia was that insecure about. And Shane, this is the part where it loses me.
Shane kissed the
Yeah.
tips of 2 fingers and reached out and touched them to the screen, and Ilia's heart fucking stopped. Good night, Ilia. Oh, come on!
It's just like, what? He kissed it. Anyway, this is the part that's interesting though, because at this point you think, I don't know about you, but I was so full of hope. Rachel Reid knows how to fucking give and then taketh away. I was like so full of hope. I was like, they are so in love. It's so cute. They're falling for each other. And it's the realization towards the end of this call for Ilia is how much he feels for Shane and how it definitely has to end and how it's going to hurt like a motherfucker. And so when they hang up, he absolutely weeps, partly because his dad's dead and partly because he realizes this whole thing has to end because his deepest fear is being caught and then sent back to Russia without a passport. Fuck.
And that's a very real fear.
Yeah. But oh my God, every time you think, ooh, I'm all hot and heavy, she has one of them kiss the tips of their fingers and you think, I can. Break up! But chapter 21, they haven't seen each other since he got back from Russia. They're playing each other.
And then Shane has no idea that Ilia wants to break up with him, so Shane's like,
Hi! Same later? Shall we hang out later? And we know that Ilia's feeling differently because he keeps clenching his jaw. Sexy stuff.
And Shane's being so cute. He's really worried that the press will ask Ilia about his dad's death.
I know.
It's very, very sweet.
And Ilia's going to break up with him. And then Rachel Reid does exactly what I assume we are listening to a hockey smut book for, which is she gets one of these boys injured.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Surely that's like, what's the point in having a hockey smut, I think, if you're not going to have one of them be hurt? Surely that's why you put them in this context, right?
Yeah.
It's like violent and aggressive.
I mean, I'd rather it be a sexual injury, but sure, hockey hockey works too, I guess.
No, I don't want them to get to a situation where they can't fuck for a while.
No, I mean, maybe like a bed breaks or something.
Oh, okay. The bed is injured.
Yeah,
Not our
injured
precious
bed.
boys. Okay. But yeah, he gets slammed by Cliff Marlowe and not in a good way. And then he's put on this spinal board, and we just keep hearing Ilia in the background going, "Is he okay? Tell me, is he okay? Is he okay? Tell me he's okay."
And he's so angry he wants to fucking kill the guy who bodied Shane.
Cliff Marlowe, why will
Sorry.
you not learn about the hockey? Jesus Christ. And then, I don't know, Shane says this in the show, we're not alone, they can see us, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
And he says, tell him I'm all right. And then we see something that we don't see in the show is Shane's inner panic of like, what if I'm okay? Not okay. What if I don't ever walk again? My parents are here. And then he wiggles his toes and he's like, I want to be able to text. Someone text Ilia. I wish I could text Ilia, tell him I wiggled my toes. At which point if a boy texts me to be like, I wiggled my toes, I would be like, I'll take care of you forever. But this is an insight because, okay, I'm really glad Rachel Reed put this in the book because I didn't understand this in the show. In the show, I was like, why is Ilia going to visit him in the hospital? That's so obvious. It turns out it's actually not uncommon for the opposing captain team to check in on an injured player on the other team. And I was like, thank you for explaining that. Makes a lot of sense. And there is one line.
You think I'm listening to what you have to say?
For God's sake! And here's a line that's in the book but not in the show is, and I think it's a shame that it's not, is that Shane says it's fine about Cliff, but he doesn't want to meet my mother in a dark alley.
Una spinoff.
Yeah, it's just her avenging her son, which is very sweet. There is a line here that Ilia had spent the night basically watching the replay of the hit. And when he was in that hospital room, he wanted to move into Shane's apartment, make him sandwiches, and this is truly the most romantic bit, read him his boring book.
That's really, really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sweet. And I think just later on in that same page, Ilia then goes, no good could possibly come of it. He's talking about breaking up. Ilia's heart had entered into it, and that changed everything. It wasn't thrilling or fun anymore. It was torture. That is so real. We have all absolutely been there where it was like it is so exciting and thrilling to get obsessed with someone and get so into someone, but at some point it like actually becomes painful.
It's a sickness. Yeah. It's an absolute sickness. And it's also
even if you decide to stay together. Like I remember I'm still in that period with my fiance. But it's like it's so overwhelming that you're like, I gotta do literally anything else.
Yeah. We need to go back to our lives, our jobs. Yes. And I think it's also interesting because for me it makes even more sense later when we see in the TV show, we don't have this context, but in the TV show where he says like, does it still like, what does he say after he says I love you? Does it like, does it still hurt you or what? What's the line?
It's there. I can look it up.
But you know, he's basically like, does
not
it still
anymore.
kill you or something?
Yeah.
And does it still kill you too? And he's like, not anymore. So we see where it did kill him. I think it's also important to say that this is where Shane does say, will you come to the cottage? But this time in the book, it's a repetition, not a first time ask. And Ilia knows he can't, but he sort of takes the coward's way out and says maybe. We then go to chapter 22, 2017 in Ottawa. And Una is watching hockey with Shane because he's recovering.
She can tell that Rosanov is hurt, but not that he's fucking her precious baby boy.
It's the important stuff. Thank you, Olga. Please focus. My God. Shane already knew his ribs were bruised in the book because they'd been texting. They're texting. Ilia was pretty busy though, and Una was sure that Scott would win. All true of the show too.
Shane really wants to text Ilia that he loves him.
Yeah. Shane would like to win and I would like Ilia to win and was in love with him but could never tell him. But he does think for a moment in this interaction about telling his parents he's gay. Because his mom's like, have you heard from Rose? And he's like, oh, this is a good time to do it. And then she's like, well, when the right one comes along, you'll know. And he just chickens out. But yeah, he wanted to text Ilia that he loved him. Can you imagine just one random text? I love you. Ilia at this point has a beard. Not true of the television show. Because I have to assume Connor Story's sweet baby boy, actor boy, cannot in fact grow a beard.
I will also say blonde beard, often unsettling.
Completely agree.
But what we have lost is now all Shane could think about was wanting to feel that beard rub against his thighs.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Very nice, yeah. Also, he realised he wanted to be with Ilia at this point, that it might not last, but it was all too much and he couldn't pretend anymore. And he thought Ilia would tell him that it was over when he was knocked out of the playoffs. He assumed that was going to be the conversation at this point. But then they were watching Scott win. And my favourite description in this, well, I keep saying that, but one of my favourite descriptions is that, holy shit, Scott Hunter was kissing a man, not in a teammate, I love you, bro, kind of a way.
Not in the usual fully gay way, but in an extra
but
gay
a man
way.
in street clothes in an I love you kind of way.
It looked like. Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
on.
No, you go. You go.
I was just gonna say, and then I'm coming to the cottage. Rachel Reed wrote it.
Oh yeah,
I'm coming. That's her line. God, she's good.
she's good. She's fantastic.
She's so good.
Before we get to part 4, just a couple of things. I have a mental tally of all the times Shane had chat, and it makes me kick my
Please
feet
tell
up.
me.
So they're texting right before the Scott Hunter kiss, and Ilia goes, like, obviously because Shane is recovering, he can't have caffeine. No. Sorry.
Do you think he'll drink tea out of the?
Sorry. Do you want to just read it?
Okay, so Ilia says, "Do you think Hunter's? Why would I ever do Ilia?
Sorry,
listen,
we
there's
get
lots of
so excited. Do you think Hunter is going to drink tea out of the cup?
Caffeine? No way. Hunter isn't that hardcore.
Milk then.
Warm milk and then straight to bed.
Come on, that's Shane being a little funny.
That's good chat.
He's being a little funny.
It's good
Our
chat.
boys got chat.
Yeah.
All right. So the thing about the kiss, the one that's not just like an "I love you, bro" kiss,
Yep.
where we just like grab each other's balls and you kind of.
It's not like when your teammates and you buy each other 60 roses and sure, you bum in the showers, but what of it? That's just banter. It's just good sportsman-like behavior.
Okay, so Scott Hunter was kissing a man wearing street clothes, full on the fucking mouth. It looked like tongues were involved. Mr. Poirot. It appears the tongues are involved.
Wait a minute, that can't be sports anymore.
And then something that I really, really liked, and I think there's a lot more stuff in part 4 about this, about like how I guess they morally feel about being gay. And this like really blew me away. It said Ilia felt like he was watching all the worst things about his life getting sucked up by a tornado. Like any guilt that he felt, any feelings that he felt that it was like maybe he was bad or what he was doing was wrong. Like imagine seeing that and it just going away.
And being dramatically swept up and away. And like
it feels like a miracle.
Yeah, that line really struck me.
For lack of a better word, it's biblical.
It's very biblical.
Yeah.
It's very biblical and it's very destructive, but also very impactful and very sort of like, and then the decks were cleared. You're coming back to a sort of new life and have to build a new home, which we will get to. So that takes us to the end of part 3. Given that we have got part 4 to go, I would like to tell you that we have a little bit more mailbag.
Yeah, let's
Would
read
you
it.
like to hear them? Okay, they're so gorgeous. But I just love everyone who writes in. Thank you so much. Okay, there were some that I didn't read from the last episode. Here they are.
Thank you so much for listening to this, whoever is listening to this. We really hope that you're enjoying listening to this as much as we're enjoying making it.
Well, here's one that will say yes. Francesca sent this in. She says, "Hi, Olga and Catherine," which has become sort of like the pattern that people say, "Hi, Olga and Catherine," and I just think, well,
You got a named shout
I just think
out in one of them.
alphabetically. It's okay to sometimes put Catherine first, but that's fine. Hi, Olga and Catherine. You know, and
Did you notice that every episode my chair gets lower and lower? I walked in on her with a saw earlier, like from Looney Tunes.
To really where my brain is. First off, Francesca says, "I want to thank you both for doing this podcast and helping me feel a little less insane." You have to feel less insane. I posited that Connor's story would be the ideal sperm donor for me and my girlfriend.
And I offered to procure that sperm.
Also, side note, watching this while still recovering from my first big breakup is rough. Oof. But also, I don't think... I think, yeah, I imagine it's devastating, but also you kind of need your media to reflect your own pain, I think, when you're in a breakup. Just fucking let me cry. I don't want to be I can't be distracted, so I might as well lean in. It's going to be medicinal, I promise. Since I can't really watch Heated Rivalry in my office, and that's true, Francesca. I have been
From experience? Do we know this from experience?
No, they've been very clear. She thought it was an email from Heated Rivalry, but it was HR. I have been supplementing this by listening to this podcast. Woohoo!
Yeah, we're a way to consume Heated Rivalry for a safe for work environment.
Yes.
SFW.
And the soundtrack on walks on my lunch. Oh my God, the way I listen to that soundtrack, Francesca. I also am listening to this playlist. Oh my God, by the way, everyone. It's on Spotify. It is called, when I'm not listening to the playlist, I'm listening to songs they are feeding the Heated Rivalry editors on TikTok.
Okay.
And it's just a bunch of the fans' choices about songs they think basically should be in the next series. And they are phenomenal.
Great.
Phenomenal. So that's another one for you, Francesca. Go on.
You know, it features the likes of One Direction. Jesus Christ.
Okay. If you think there's no crossover between One Direction fans and Heated Rivalry fans, then you're fucking
What are you
crazy.
talking about? The entirety of One Direction is butch lesbians.
And also, all the fanfic about them is surely...
Yeah.
Okay.
They all... It's my understanding that every lesbian had a One Direction phase.
Yeah, I mean, well, just a Harry Styles face, let's be honest. So, she says, since you can't really listen to it in the office, she's supplementing with us. My books are in the post right now. Yes, Francesca. But I am going on a trip next week, and I'm not going to get them in time.
Oh.
So I've been desperately trying to find a copy in person before I go. Oh, you could get the audio.
You don't want to get the audiobook.
As long as you're okay with Una sounding like this at every turn. Ugh. I reached out to...
Generic female voice. Imagine telling the actor, like, can you just do like a generic woman? Oh yeah, I got you guys.
David is the craziest one. Me and your mother thought you might be gay, but to think that it was with this here Mr. Rosenhog. I was like, what?
Who's this Southern gentleman?
Honestly, it's crazy. What in the Shawshank Redemption is all I can think.
I do declare you are a homosexual.
It's honestly that. I reached out to one friend I thought would have watched this show to be told, oh, I got bored. After episode 1, there was no plot outside sex. I'm still trying to convince her otherwise. Are you, Francesca? Because I think it's time for breakup 2.
I will say, and this is something that, and maybe bleep out
Cut
their
her off.
name because
She's dead too.
It's not fair to name them on the pod. Stopped watching after episode 2, and I had to be like, I promise you, I also felt this way. Like after I finished the first 2 episodes, I was like, this is good, but it was nowhere close to a religion. It became a religion. Episode 4.
This is bottoms talking. Listen, the top bottom divide is whether or not you liked episode 1 and 2. Episode 1, 15 seconds in, I was like, yeah. Yeah,
well, I feel that same way about the first half of this book as well.
The tops were like episode 3, snooze. By the way, I will confess on my rewatch, I skipped 3. I skipped 3. And also, I saw Desiree Birch because we were doing the news quiz together, and she accidentally skipped episode 3 on our first watch, which I adore because she started it and it was the same as the start from the last one, and she was like, well, I've seen this one. And she was like, let me say, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. It all makes perfect sense without it.
She should come on the live show.
Yeah, we should.
Oh my god! What are you talking about? Of course,
what
she should
are
come
we
on.
doing? Okay, we'll get that.
She'd
Yeah,
be
we'll sort
great.
that. We'll send that message afterwards. So, sorry for the long intro. Francesca, we made it so much longer, and you must never apologize for the long intro because have you heard the podcast? Here is my question. As a queer person, this show has meant a lot, and it brings me so much joy. I am not sure if you guys have seen the theory about why so many people have been saying they get gender envy. Have you seen this theory?
Ooh, no.
Nor have I. For some, that is genuine gender envy, but for a lot of women, it's a feeling, like you guys mentioned, about how easy sex is for them. Women, queer or straight, have an image pressure from society to feel lesser, and without this, they see a genderless love. Interesting. What is the question? I guess. I guess the question is, have we seen the theory? I haven't seen the theory.
No, but that is interesting.
I think it's okay. So I guess I presume the position is that like that women feel a pressure to occupy a specific role in sex, and that without it they can take gender out of the equation and actually just enjoy the sex and how easy it is for them. I mean, when we said it was easy for them, what we were, I think, speaking to is the fact that they can come in under 5 minutes. Are you high? What? My girlfriend lights the wrong candle, and I'm like, well, cool. We're not fucking for a month, are we? Great. Truly. I'm like, man, amazing. It's just like, that's how one man looks at me the wrong way, and I'm like, well, that's it for Valentine's Day. This bus has ruined my sex life for the week. It's like, it's just not happening. So I think that's the ease we really do. We do envy. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I haven't seen this. A thought I have been having about the show, though. This is maybe not connected, but one thing that I'm noticing, and I don't know these men, I want to be clear, I don't know these men, and I'm not making a position on what they feel or don't feel, but Hudson first of all, Connor and Hudson both reference how they don't eat carbs a lot, which I find a little bit depressing. I understand that that's what you have to do to get those kinds of bodies.
Shout out to Zac Efron crying in that documentary when he eats carbs for the first time in Italy like 3 years ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
What a
I just
video.
feel like it makes me be like, oh, okay. But Hudson talks a lot about what a like incredible body Connor has and how he's working to kind of keep up and catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me think that like, one thing I am alerted to is that like, if I were a gay man, I would not necessarily feel I think there's already a huge amount of pressure on gay men to have perfect bodies, and I think this show would underscore that, and the narratives around it would underscore that for me. On top of which, I think that when you're in same-sex sexual dynamics, the comparative is much easier. It's something I really feel for Hudson about. Like, and maybe he hasn't experienced in his sexual.
Oh yeah, when you
before.
have sex with a girl, you're like, is she skinnier than me? Is she skinnier than me? Is she skinnier than me?
Yeah, it is, and that's not true for all queer people. But if you have food stuff, if you have body stuff, and I definitely do, that comparative is so much starker with women because it feels like A, a more direct comparative, and B, it feels like it's easier in a heterosexual dynamic because often the man is bigger and that makes you feel smaller. This is like so toxic, by the way. That's just something that I have been thinking about, and I hope Hudson's okay and has a supportive therapist.
So you think I'm going to try and reiterate what you said and what I picked up from what you just said. The idea that maybe essentially gay men are watching this and they probably, I guess, don't feel the same way as women do. And the reason women feel the way that they do about watching this is because they can, it's like something that they can completely detach themselves from.
Well, one thing I notice is that I'm not worrying about my body when I'm watching it.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is not usual when I'm watching sex with women involved. And I wonder if Reese, having asked you about pre-cum, let's come to your own personal body issues. Do you feel like it is like I'm going for runs having watched it, but that's mainly because I have so much energy because it's really like lightened my life. But do you feel like there's
I think when it gets to that level, I think it's a lot like gay porn. When it gets to that level, it's just like, well, they're so unattainable.
Okay, if you can't hear on mic, what Reese is saying is, sure, but there's a level beyond which you go where it's no longer something you compare yourself to because it's so unattainable. And to be fair, these boys are 24 years old, the peak of physical fitness, and it is, there's a point at which you're like, well, I also have a job.
Exactly.
Yeah. I simply have to have a job.
But having said that, I think it has made me be like, oh, okay, I'm going to try and do a bit more in the gym.
But it has, but it has made Reese go to the gym, and actually, he just completed 14 days in a row of going to One Rebel. So,
oh, congratulations!
Yeah, so he will be fucking a hockey player very soon.
Wow!
Yeah, inspired by this.
Have they had a heated rivalry class yet?
No.
Oh my God, set one up.
They should do a heated rivalry class because
collab with Tonsil Hockey? Tonsil Hockey collab?
The way I would love to be on a Britney mic going, come on, boys, let's go. I would love
the playoffs are next week, whatever
Holy
that means.
Shit. Just at people's thighs.
Yes.
Holy shit. Yes. Are you coming to the cottage? Oh, God, it would be so fun.
Okay, yeah, let's reach out.
Could we reach out?
Basically, the thesis there is, and again, this is a theory. This is not an axiom. I think it's very interesting to say that, yes, if I'm watching...
I don't know what an axiom is.
Axiom is something, I guess, like a truth.
Thank you.
Whereas a theory is a
Thank
theory.
you so much. Yeah, okay.
No,
I understood that part. Wow, that's so fun. It can feel like dating men talking to women sometimes. No, it's my bad. I showed weakness. I asked a question.
No, I get to be dumb daddy sometimes as well. And I think it's very interesting. So, again, theory that like if you are a woman inadvertently, even if you don't want to, if you see a woman having sex on screen, you kind of at some level, maybe subconscious to you, are identifying with the woman on screen.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can't identify with either person, it is just some sort of like almost divine sexual pleasure that you derive from it.
And I want to be clear,
that's completely selfless and like egoless.
And I'm also I'm talking from my most insecure self here. Like that's like exposing a vulnerability that I feel that maybe other people don't draw here.
But that makes perfect sense to me because if I see any sex scene involving a woman on screen, I will probably be picturing myself in some way as that woman and thinking, would I like that? Would I not like that? What would I have liked? Whereas with them, I don't feel that way at all. I'm not either of them. Apart from that one scene where Shayna's on top and I want to feel his weight on me.
Yeah, I will say that this does make me want a dick.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my God.
What would you, first thing, you wake up with a penis, what are you doing first thing?
I would wank. Constantly. I would be constantly wanking if I was a man.
Interesting.
Constantly. It looks so much easier, and I just like that you get to see it all happening. It's all like,
That's really
it's
fun.
all, yeah, that's what I would do. And
I
you?
would put it into something.
Oh, I think.
My immediate, like the thing, like American Pie, but it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
pie. It could be like just a yogurt, like one of those tall tubs. I just need to put it directly.
I would be wanking constantly. Honest to God, like endlessly. But that's so interesting to me that you said put it in something. I assumed you just say ask for promotion.
No, because you know how sometimes you put your hand in a bag of rice and it feels real good? I do that with a penis.
I've never done that because I don't like the idea of the germs.
Oh.
But I know what you mean. I guess I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh.
Good
They don't know how
times.
lucky they have it. Okay, well, thank you, Francesca. What a wonderful question / comment / conversation starter / incredibly vulnerable exposing moment. Olga, a load of people on our Patreon group chat, which is called Room 1221, join the Patreon, we're fun, are not just reading the books, right? They've got the whole collection of books together and they're reading them in chronological order. And by that I mean they're switching between the books to follow the exact timeline such that they are combining the universes. Are you hearing me? This is incredible. Sorry, could somebody please write out which page number of each book you do that in order? Because I would do that.
Okay, what you're saying is girls can have Star Wars too. I'm listening.
Truly, yeah. Wow.
That's
We're about
crazy.
to have an AO3, my love. This is very exciting.
What is AO3? You keep mentioning.
AO3 is, I think it's like a universe of our own or a world of our own. Is that what it stands for? And it's
Yeah,
basically,
that does not matter up at
wait
all.
for it. It's like people go there to write fanfic about a very specific group of like.
Would people write AO3 about me and you? How cute would that be? Oh my god.
That would actually mean the world. But I swear to fucking God, if I'm bottoming, I will find you. And
Someone's
your
just
little
stopped halfway through a sentence.
joke. She imagined and then was faced with the reality of the situation she was in. No, but seriously, I'll find you in your blog. What does AO3 stand for?
Archive of our own.
Archive of our own. And it is where people write fanfic, right?
Yeah, fan-created, fan-run, non-for-profit. Transformative fan works like fan fiction, fan art, podfic.
Podfic. They do podfic. Something to think about. Something to
I
think
actually would
about.
absolutely love that.
It's like,
If my fiance loved me, and if Ellen loved Catherine, they would get fake names on AO3 and they would write pod fanfic. If they want to keep having the quality of sex they are currently having, I think they would do that.
oh, my girlfriend's actually a writer, so it'd be so well written.
Yeah.
It'd be so gorgeous. It'd be so
Imagine if you got an adaptation and we have to audition to play ourselves.
We'll be too old by the time it gets made. And honestly, I want to be played by a younger version of me. That's fine.
I want to be played by Connor Story.
I'd like to be the butt scout. Please and thank you. Ellen could be played by Connor Story. So cute. Okay, here we go. Lizzie says, read the books. Now I have read the first 2 books. I am noticing more references in the TV show, e.g. the fairly long conversation during Tuna Melt scene about Ryan Price, who is the subject of book 3, is he? And mentioned in the books earlier. This is obviously deliberate, but I am wondering if it was just meant to be some fan service to people who loved the books, or if Jacob Tierney is planning to prominently feature more character stories later on. As you know, I hate bottle episodes, but fine. Maybe there could be another bottle episode, Lizzie. Maybe there could be another bottle episode in season 2. Why? Personally, I want them to drag out Shane and Ilia's story as long as humanly possible. Correct.
That's really interesting.
I will say, you haven't read The Long Game yet, have you?
No.
There's a character I'd like to see more of.
Is it the Russian therapist?
Oh my God.
Are you picturing me when you read it?
I'm obsessed with you playing her.
Are you picturing
and
me when
I'm
you read
obsessed
it?
with me playing the agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you picture yourself when you're picturing the agent?
I picture myself whenever I think about the show.
You're like Forrest Gump in every major historical
truly.
event.
I ran 11K on Monday and the thing that drove
Incredible.
me along.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
That's
much. I
huge.
was listening to that playlist that I told you about that you didn't think sounded incredible. And I actually despair at the thoughts I have on my runs now. They're just like me thinking of what I think of which song I would like to choreo a Heated Rivalry dance to for our club night.
Wait, can you do that at my wedding?
Let's do it. That could be our first dance.
Yeah. Also, standing invitation to the entire cast and crew of A Heated Rivalry. I will bump my own cousins. Jacob Tierney, you can walk me down the aisle.
That would be so nice. Rachel Reed would be the sweetest guest at a wedding.
She can ordain it.
I'm obsessed with her. I just think having read the book now, I'm like, oh my God, she's actually a genius.
What's your horniest moment of the week?
Thank you for asking. Have you seen the, is it Behind the Blinds or the new cover story that Connor's on? He's on the cover of a magazine.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, the see-through PVC trousers.
I actually don't know if I saw that.
What?
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, that's the horniest moment of my week.
Connor Story PVC.
Yeah, well, that's not going to narrow it down. He did Clown, for God's sake. What's the...
You got it? Yeah, Behind the Blinds.
Behind the Blinds, yeah, that's what why am I pretending I don't know? Behind the Blinds. It's definitely issue 20.
The thing is, can I say something? These boys are appearing on magazines I'd never heard of. What if we set up our own independent magazine and say we need to take photos of you? It's a niche, artsy, sort of East London publication. Very, very... We don't actually even have a print version. It's digital only, and it's on my phone. You've never heard of Behind the Blinds. That's not a place.
You're right, it's definitely a magazine they made up to have Connor's story in those trousers on. Thank God they did.
The moles are everything to me.
I know.
The
moles
moles,
are exquisite.
you just want to kiss it, every single one,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a thing where it's like Shane counts the moles and Ilia counts the freckles. And that's just like a day
Oh my
a day
God.
of them on holiday. A day
I
of them
love math.
Is that your horniest moment of the week? It can be. It can be.
My horniest moment of the week is that I got invited by a friend of the show, friend of my life, Erica Ealer, to a Heated Rivalry rave at Copham Grand.
What?
I sent you guys pictures from it. It was so much fun.
Wait, sorry. I thought they were from the internet.
Oh, no.
You said the pitch, but you said nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was busy.
You gave
I
no context.
was busy. Anyways, I think we should go.
You've already been with somebody else.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Catherine Bohart. I think we should go.
Okay.
They had one extra ticket. Don't do this with me.
Mexico top,
Don't-
blowjob, Las Vegas blowjob, and a rave with Erica Ealer.
Okay, will you come with
and me? Yeah.
Will you come with me? But basically,
I'd actually love to.
no, let's go.
I've
It's so much
watched
fun.
so many on the internet.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I've watched raves on the internet.
It okay. Well, cut that out. We don't want to make it too sad. But
Fuck you.
But the hottest thing was like everybody dressed up as Shane and Ilia. So there were like men in hockey jerseys dancing on the. It was just.
Yeah.
They would be like, literally the DJ would go like, can all the Hollanders please get on stage? And every guy dressed up as Shane Hollander in hockey jerseys would get on stage and start dancing. And then they got all the Rosenhoff. They looked fucking gorgeous. And then they did the Just Dance version of Rah Rah Rasputin, lover of the. I was horny as hell. Keep it going. I would go every night.
Do they have a Eunice? Do they call a Eunice up?
Oh my God, you should. You'd win it.
What's the plan? Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much for listening. Please join us on Patreon and please join us in that chat in 1221. We'll be back next Thursday to discuss the last part of the book.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Come see us on Threads or.
Mention us on Reddit, for God's sake. Give us a nice review. Subscribe, please, on all of the fronts that you can. Tell your friends about the podcast and email us if you want any random thought you've had about these boys.
Honestly, we read every comment. We read every email. We love you. Thank you so, so much. До свидания.
It's tonsilhockeypodcast@gmail.com. Love you. Bye.
Give me a kiss.
That is my favorite line. It's my favorite line. Give me kiss. It's the kiss. Oh, fuck.